Hey folks, Champesk here, ring another audio commentary. I'm just gonna do a quick one today. I'm not really sure about how good the quality is going to be, or really with anything, because well, for one thing, I don't have a mouse. I'm using my trackpad on my laptop, and secondly, I'm using my laptop, which is widescreen rather than the screen that I normally use to record. So hopefully, it's going to be watchable. And this is a strategy that I'm going to be covering. I assume at least a strategy, but that's seen quite often now between orc and human. This is Fly versus Sky, by the way. Um, and It's on Melting Valleys, and so I assume we're going to be seeing Mountain King, and then tier 3 for Sky, and then Gryphons, and with a couple Dragonhawk Riders, which is what you generally see on Melting Valley, and does actually allow you to psych out your opponent a bit, because they generally do builds to counter this. And as you can see, actually Fly not putting up an early barracks, and that probably means he's going to put it up a bit later, probably right after he starts teching. And that's because obviously grunts aren't very good against Gryphons, and you really as an orc, you have a bit of free time, and then you really sort of, it's all on you immediately if you haven't capitalized on your time. And it's a really good map for orc to expand as well, actually. Fly putting Voodoo Lounge here right next to his expansion, but I don't think he'll be expanding immediately. I think he'll be doing it later on once Sky started putting up his expansion, if he does expand at least. But that's generally what we see. There's a couple strategies for orc to counter it. You can go mass bats, but once they're sort of they have 3 armor and a couple attack upgrades, the bats become much less useful. But certainly it is fun to have something like 4 bestiaries up, which you can just sustain if you're just pumping bats. And Mountain King out for Sky, and 6 militia, and that's enough to creep this camp here, because you can go and buy the Shadow Priest as well, and scouting with the Footman as well. And meanwhile, Blade Master now out, and I'm not sure if he's just gonna item creep, I guess, and then move on. It's since Sky will have such a well-known creep pattern here, he'll creep this one and then this one here, and then he'll go down to his expansion, creep that, and I'll get on level 3, assuming he doesn't have too many creeps stolen by Fly. It means that Fly can time himself perfectly to catch him out, and to try and capitalize on sort of that. And I think now Sky's gonna move, yeah, as I said, to this camp here, although does he have any footmen? Yeah, he does have 1 footman left with him. So annoying not having either a mouse or a proper size screen. But Fly now actually not creeping out the Ogre Magi. It's something you often see them do, because that watch reward is so important. But actually maybe he's going back and he's going to creep it now. Yeah, I guess he is, and that should be perfect timing for after this. He can heal up for a bit, which he will need to do, and then he'll be able to move to the expansion just as Sky is creeping it. And Fly actually taking a fair bit of damage from this camp, so he will need to heal up for a bit. And he needs to windwalk really. 31 hit points, just got away with that. Managed to get a Pendant of Energy, which is a very nice item for the Shadow Hunter, which you generally see second, and the Orc generally goes Alchemist third. They go tier 3 obviously for the Orb, for the Blade Master, faster expansion and stuff. But you can and Reinforced Burrows as well. But it means you can get a 3rd hero, and getting the Alchemist with Acid Bomb means you can reduce the armor, and that's just so useful for using just before you bring in your bats. And Sky now bringing in his militia and footmen, and he doesn't even need his Mountain King to creep this. It's a really easy expansion, really. But Fly out, as I said, just has the timing perfectly down, and is in the back of the base, obviously trying to avoid the dust. Which, yeah, he is dusted, I think, there. And yes, he is dusted, and almost level 2 for the Blade Master, and almost level 3 for the Mountain King. We can just check here. Yeah, almost level 3. He'll need to get all these creeps, I think, to get the level 3. Meanwhile, the Blade Master being chased away, Sky getting a bolt there, and Fly taking a lot of damage now on his Blade Master, and Sky also using his Wand of Mana Stealing to steal a bit more mana. He has enough mana for 2 more bolts. He gets 1 there, and I think Fly will be able to get away from this. But yes, his speeds go away, and I think actually Sky turns around. I guess he wasn't gonna. The cooldown on the bolt was a bit too long, but he's gonna get the world's easiest surround here on this grunt. That's like 10, 15 units, probably about 10 units, just for surrounding 1 grunt. And Blade Master comes back in, but runs away again. And meanwhile, I imagine Fly's now tier 2. I'm not producing a Shadow Hunter yet. Maybe he'll be doing that later. Oh, he actually picked up a panda, so obviously he's going for a very quick push. He obviously wants to take down lots of these footmen immediately with peasants immediately with breath of fire. He's putting up his expansion right now. He's not upgrading his tower. I'll bet he has a lumber mill. He's power building it right now. Meanwhile, the panda's just coming in now. Gets one breath of fire. And a very nice surround there by Sky there with just the bolts. But the one grunt manages to block the way so that the panda can get out. But I'm not sure if it's ever actually going to get out of this because it's had to run behind the mine now. Two very low footmen. And it looks like Panda's a bit trapped, and the bolt should be just off cooldown any second now. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the Panda. A bit of an unconventional choice for Fly. But he has taken out a lot of footmen, and it looks like Sky's in a bit of trouble here because lots of these peasants are going to die. I'm not sure if he does have militia coming in. That's going to help. He's actually brought in some injured militia. He really should have got them full health ones off gold or something. But it's not going to be too big a deal because he will be able to chase away these grunts now. Not enough mana on the Mountain King for a bolt now, but he is level 3, so he's going to have some nice bashes in there, and just a thread of bash should really be enough to keep Fly away. But you can see Fly's gone from less than level 2 to almost level 3 now, so some very effective harass there. But Blade Master taking a lot of damage, just 70 hit points, is actually running back in again. I think Sky doesn't have any more dust, but still it's a bit risky because if he breaks it, then this tower could get him. He does get level 3 though, so I guess that's going to be what saves him for now. And Blade Master will need to run out any second because I think the Mountain King is on its way back now, and the Mountain King and the Blade Master is running up, but he actually is blocked a bit by his own grunt, and that's caused him to take a lot of damage. And the Mountain King does get the kill in the end, so very nice there. But for Sky, because a bit of bad luck for Fly really, but because he just blocked with himself, but he did a lot of damage to Sky's economy. I think the Panda is back out. Yeah. Panda's there. Sorry, I'm using arrow keys. It's a bit annoying just for scrolling around now. And second bestiary going up, and Sky just scouting this, and raiders it looks like for Fly, so it looks like he's going to do a bit of base raiding. But since Sky scouted that, I imagine he's going to be building a couple more towers, maybe delaying his tech a bit and probably protecting his town hall a bit. Now Sky actually forgetting a footman there, a bit careless of him. As you can see, just very standard stuff from Sky. He keeps on building more and more peasants just because the economy is so important early game. As long as you get your lumber down early game, you're pretty much fine as long as you can hold it till late game. But if you run out of lumber, you can really be in trouble. And just both sides dancing about here a bit. I think Sky just wants to get off a couple free bolts. He probably should have got a clarity potion really before he came, but it's not too bad. And he gets a bash already, so that's very nice for him. And it looks like Sky stole that creep as well. He gets the second bash, so very nice. And gets a bolt and bolts the Panda. So actually Panda taking a lot of damage now, but the Mountain King has been ensnared by the first raider, and 2 raiders now out there for Fly. And so I think this Panda will go down. Yes, there it goes down. So very nice there for Sky, but he should be careful because he could get surrounded now. And looks like that's what happened. He does have a TP, but still it's a lot of gold. And this game is this matchup is so much about just controlling your gold and maximizing your gold output before the Orc can really get any gold. And the Blade Master is now back out for Fly. He's level 3, and I imagine he'll be going just to try and harass Sky's base a bit. But it looks like Sky is putting up some towers out front, and this is because the towers obviously take less damage than the town hall from raiders, because for some crazy reason they're not they don't take extra damage from siege. And not doing that for his main base, but he might do that later, or he might just put up some more towers to protect it. And I imagine we're going to see tier 2 from him soon. He doesn't have much gold because he's spending so much on towers, but I think he'll start teching to tier 2 soon. I'm not sure what tech Fly's at yet. He's not teching to tier 3 yet. Maybe he won't go for tier 3. Maybe he'll go for some sort of raider push and just try and base raid the main. That would be quite nice at this point. And Panda with already 405 mana, it's not bad because of that mana pendant, pendant of energy. Now running his Blade Master in, and obviously Sky unable to see the Blade Master because he isn't going to be getting Arcane Sanctums, I don't think. With the Mountain King, he's almost certainly not going to be. But now pulling out the creeps so he can access the lab, maybe? Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it was something else, or maybe he accessed it and then left already. But one Goblin Zeppelin being ensnared, and it looks like that's going to go down to this Panda. So very nice for him. And meanwhile, Sky actually just scouted this expansion attempt, and it looks like he might be trying to lure the creeps onto it. No, I think he's given. I think he knows that's not going to work out. And meanwhile, Panda level 2 now, and getting a Tome of Intelligence, so even more mana for that Panda, which is obviously Panda with Haze Fires can be nice against all the air units, because they tend to group quite close together, and and by forcing them to miss, that's quite useful. Although obviously if he's going bats, which it's not certain that he is, but it looks like that's what he's going to be doing, the missing isn't too important, because they'll hopefully mostly be dead immediately after the bats. And that's sort of the frustrating thing about this strategy, is that it all comes down to about 3 seconds of bats just flying into Gryphons, and it's going to depend on how well Sky can split his Gryphons and his Dragonhawk Riders. And he has started his tech now, he's actually almost tier 2.